Hello Rodney, thanks for clicking on my video. This piece is about 22 inches by about 42 inches. 22 by 42. It was interesting. I got an email from an artist in Los Angeles today. And it was a very, very good email to get, because this is a guy, a very successful artist in LA. Guy I've known for a long time. Jewish guy. And boy, it's dark out. Not really dark. It's just dusty out there. I'll show you some dust. Man, it's windy out there. Look at all that dust over there. Wow. A little wind vane is really moving. It is really blowing out here. But I got an email from this guy. I had sent him a link to my Nazi clowns and asking him to take a look at it. And he sent back a really nice email. He really liked the work, and that he was going to get back to me with some more information. It was just, he had to be with the work longer to think more about it. But so he sent me a really nice email. I was very happy to get that, because he's a guy that's, I think he's sort of active in the Jewish stuff in LA. So it was good to get that, because something like that. I'm not Jewish, so I don't know exactly how a lot of people are going to take that series. So it was good to get a good feedback from him. Very happy about it. I had a conversation with my neighbor about the dogs about a couple of weeks ago, and I think she actually did something with the dog. And so this morning, like at 6:30 in the morning, the dog goes off again. Fuck, man. We can open the total quiet, except for a dog barking next door. Complete quiet. So I yelled over there. The dog shut up, so they must have been outside. Haven't heard the dog since. So, anyway. I haven't had a lot of enjoyment lately. It's okay, just the way it goes, but I thought I was going to have some enjoyment. The University of New Mexico basketball team was doing great. I mean, unbelievable. They were doing so great. And then they go into the first game of the NCAA and lose to Harvard, which was 14th. When they're in their bracket. They were 3, and Harvard was 14, and they lost. Unbelievable. And there was a guy, I saw what he wrote. He's a guy that I guess he was like a sports writer kind of a guy, blogger and sports writer, guy used to do that, I guess, for a living. And he lambasted the Lobos. I mean, it was just, at the end, he just said, goodbye. He quit. He gave up on him, period, end of story. And he wrote that he had been following them and writing about them for like 33 years. He said, forget it, that's it. And, I have to kind of go along with him. I mean, I mean, I'm not really that big of a fan. I liked them because they were doing good. It looked like, and I thought, man, this is enjoyable. I'm going to get to watch the game and see how far they go, because they were really touted well nationally, and locally. It was great. And they go in there and lose the first freaking game to a team that had never even won an NCAA game before. Unbelievable. So I thought I was going to be watching New Mexico playing. I think they're going to play Arizona. They'd be playing Arizona today if they would have won, and they freaking lost. And they had the guy who's supposedly the best player in the conference, and then this other guy who was the best player in the conference tournament, and then this other guy who had barely missed out on making the Australian national basketball team. Those three guys made 17 points. I mean, what a shameful example. I mean, if you're going to play, if you're going to, I mean, you got to show up. Sad. Freaking sad. I don't know if I ever showed you this before. This right here. This is the thing that my grandmother gave to my mom to make my baby formula when I was a baby. 62 years old plus. And it's really interesting because I'm sure that came from somebody probably fairly local that made pottery for that area. But I'm not sure. But it's pretty neat, it's just like a gray jug with these two blue lines, and you can see how the lines kind of mist over here, and these dots. It's beautiful. And there's just some little stuff right here, and it was hand thrown. It's a fabulous little piece. Beautiful. So that was from when I was a little infant. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a beautiful child. Do 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 do. You must have drove the little girls wild. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby. 'Cause baby, look at you now. Yeah. Man, it is blowing out there. We're getting a pile of tumbleweeds over there in the corner. There's some more tumbleweeds blowing over there, looks like. God. But that thing over there there's a little tumbleweed right there. Just like in the movies. But that thing over there is still standing. It's been standing there for freaking months. Oh, and you can see the birds out there on the fence. Guess they're hanging on for dear life over there. So anyway, we've got a lot of wind. The Queen, 1953, from her coronation. My little granddaughters. Well, not actually, but they're getting pretty big. They have this pug, and so where they live, they had this what was it? A pug parade or something like that for St. Patrick's Day. So they dressed up, the two of them dressed up like, well, it was intended to be, they were going to be like rainbows, but they didn't look like rainbows exactly. But one of them had a bunch of, well, they did, they were really bright. And then the pug was dressed up in a as a leprechaun, and we're gonna have like a pug at the end of the rainbow. That was the thing. And so they got second prize. So they got their name and picture in the paper and all that kind of stuff because they got second prize in the pug parade. So that was fun. They liked that. So they're having a good time. So Grandpa's having a good time too. And there's my little granddaughter's flags. Those two over there, that's the little one, and then that one over there, that's from the older one. And I took this thing apart for some reason. I don't know why. So I put it back together with a work glove on a stick. Well, that's not very impressive. I hate that wood on metal sound. I don't like that. I'll have to replace it. I don't know what I did with that thing. It was a good thing for what it was, and then for some reason I disassembled it. I can't remember why. And that thing right there is still standing. I redesigned it to see if I can get it to where it won't fall off so much because it was always falling off. So I think it might stay up now for a while anyway. I don't know. But anyway, this is just sort of a kind of an update video in a way. I'm still really not feeling that well. I think it's pretty much part of it has got to be my diet, but I just don't feel well. I don't feel like I've got like a lot of juice, you know. Let's see what's up here. I don't know if I've ever taken you up here. There's an electric train set. There's a painting from an old friend of mine in LA. All my sewing machines are up here. It was neat. I was talking to the guy at the flea market today, and he was talking about how he just sold a part from a sewing machine for like $110 or something for a part, because these parts are really expensive. And so my sewing machines are probably worth more money selling them as parts than they are selling them as machines, because the part that he sold for $110, I think it was, I have one of those machines. I think I paid like $125 or $150. Can't remember. There's this other machine. I don't know if I ever showed you this one or not. Maybe I'll show you that one another time. That's an interesting piece. That's from when I was living in LA. It's a nice piece. It's a big piece. It's a big piece. It's a big piece, yes it is. Yes it is. I gained some weight. Looking at my fat self in that mirror. I weighed like 180. I weighed 172, which I liked. I like being skinnier. I do. I like being skinnier. I don't like carrying around a bunch of weight. Even though 180 is not very much relative to how much I used to weigh. But it's still too much. It's not too much. It's all right. Oh, this is an old, whoa! It's an old, what do you call it, advertisement for the show in Salzburg. And it was really interesting because that card, well, not this one, but the cards for that show, those were advertisements. And one of these advertisements was on the desk of my patron in LA. And this guy, I'm not sure if he was a partner or not. I think he must have been a partner because he had a corner office. And he was there. I guess they had an office in New York too. Anyway, he was there, and he bought like 3 of those big dollar paintings, like the ones that I showed you on the wall. He bought 3 of those, framed them up, and put them in his home. I think that's where they went. Said they looked great. So that was kind of neat. God, that was a long time ago. I've been back in New Mexico for quite a while. I got back in 2001, so I've been back in New Mexico for about the same amount of time I was in Los Angeles, which is pretty amazing. But I've been on YouTube, I think, since 2006. It was just after. It's been a while. It's been a while. So I've been on YouTube for a long time. God, this video just goes on and freaking on and on and on. That's what I'm noted for. The longer, the more boring. The more I know it's hello, Rodney. The longer and boring, the more I love. Hello, Rodney. Yeah.